Hi, Marcel, the Wood Butcher here. Trying something new. I have my HDI or high def Logitech 920 Pro, HD camera mounted on a tripod, pointing towards my trusty DeWalt 734 planer. And I got the laptop in the back, and I'm trying to watch it, but it's funny because everything on the laptop shows up where I can make sure I'm in focus, they're in focus, I'm in screen, this and that the major operation of today, which is part 5 of the Mike and Deborah Tibbetts massive cutting board. What we're going to do today is I have, like I said, because my planer will not accept lumber that's 20 inches wide. What I did is I divided it into two pieces, down the center at 10 inches each. Okay. Now, I already ran half of it through the planer, and I promised that I would show the process of running it through the planer. But let me show you the first half. Okay. The first half looks like this now. The glue push through's gone, saw blade burns gone, and this is actually probably, when I run my hand across here, it feels like it could use, like, a little bit more sanding, which I always do with them. Then I'll use the orbital sander, to sand it down to the actual, smooth as a baby's butt type. But this is what it started off as. This is the half that hasn't gone through yet, that we're going to actually watch going through. I hope you can see, there's the saw burn marks, and there's the glue push throughs, and the unevenness of the boards, and all of that. If we look at it this way, you can see, right? Well, you can see on the first one, that all goes away. And we're going to do that for you right now. If I go out of frame, take a look at the DeWalt 734 planer, and I'm going to take the finished piece away, and we're going to start with the rough piece. First thing we're going to do, the bar comes up. We have to raise this guy to accept the wood. Okay, lock the bar down. Remember, I always say, protect your lungs. Well, believe me, this guy throws off a lot of sawdust, but they're big chunks, which is actually great to save if you want to store bulbs over the winter for. This is the sawdust to do it in, not that powdered crap that comes off the table saw. But here we go. It's going to get loud, so if you have your volume control at 100%, you may want to turn it down a little bit, because there's not going to be much voice in here anymore, except for the noise of this. And here we go. You'll notice nothing was cut. That was the start. So what we're going to do is release the lock bar, lower this guy about a 1/16 of an inch, lock the bar down, put it back on again. A very little cut. I heard a little snippet of a cut. Unlock the bar, lower it another 1/16 of an inch, 64th, 16th, whatever. Roper side we have. Raise the lock bar. This time we're going to lower, we're going to go a whole turn. Now you're going to hear some cutting. We're going to go a whole turn again. We're going to lower it a whole turn. And here we go. Now you're going to really hear something. This happens every now and then. I blow the fuse. Give me 1 second to reset it, and I'll be right back. That happens. That happens because the electrical in my shop, I don't have a lot of electric in here, and that tells me that I tried to take off too much in a pass, and the motor was straining. And it didn't blow a circuit breaker because I have surge protectors and everything is fed by surge protectors and this and that. So it pops the fuse on the power bar instead of the breaker in the house. So let's try this again. Oh, okay, wait a minute. What we're going to do, let's raise this up. Let's raise up a little bit. Go through. Okay. You can actually see how much I was trying to take off at a time. And it was a little too much. So what we'll do is we'll adjust this again, back down, right back up. We'll take it to there. Samey, we'll start it up again. I get a little ambitious with the cuts sometimes, and I try to make them more than I should. I can bite off more than I can chew, but hey, such is the deal. You can see samey, a little bit more. So we'll lower it down. That much. Lock down the bar. Okay, and as you can see, what looked like a grody old piece of wood with glue marks and soul burn blade soul burns and everything else is now nice and clean, nice and straight and level. And you'll notice also the colors are a little bit more pronounced now. Now, when we take this, and I'm going to turn the camera just a hair to let you see this. I think this will work, okay? Because like I said, look at me covered with it. That's just why when I do this, I wear an apron. And then I'll show you the amount of sawdust that came from this. Now, when we take that half, marry it with this half, this is what the board will look like. Now, the only thing I have to do now is there's probably about a 64th of an inch difference between this half and this half. So I will run this piece through the planer, and I'll reduce it by a 64th of an inch until they match up perfectly, right? Because I want them to be like that, and no wedges, no nothing. And it's even here, so it's about a 64th of an inch right along here. But that'll happen. Okay? So for right now, this is Marcel, the Wood Butcher, with episode 5 of the Mike and Deborah T cutting board / chopping block. Almost done there. The next step is to, like I said, final plane both of these to the same thickness. I'll set the planer at a designated measurement and run them both through until they hit that designated membership or indication without making any adjustments to the planer. I want them to match like two peas in a pod so that when I do put them together, they're seamless. Okay? So this is Marcel, the Wood Butcher. And remember, you can always contact me via email at twb732@gmail.com. I'm in the process of getting my own domain name where I'll have email that's just, directly to me with a website and stuff like that. But hey, I gotta go with what the budget can afford. And like one of my previous videos where I was dancing like a fool to the Kink song Low Budget. That's what my shop is. It's low budget, but high quality. And high production too. Well, medium production. You know, I'm getting busy. I'm starting to get busy. I'm starting to get orders coming in, either by phone or by email. Most by email. And again, that's TWB732 at gmail.com. Okay? So for right now, always remember, protect your eyes, protect your lungs, protect your ears. And don't ever forget about these guys. Make it a great day, and Semper Fi.